Number one, we're asked to find the domain of this function. We notice that it's a rational function. That should raise red flags. Fractions cannot have zeros in the denominator because it's undefined. If you divide by zero, it's going to be undefined. So we're going to need to determine when is the denominator zero, and to do that, we're going to have to factor, and a lot of what we do in algebra is factoring. So just practice doing your factoring. We know that the first two terms, when we multiply them together, have to give us 3x squared. So I'm going to put 3x and x for those first two terms. We know that the last terms, when we multiply those together, have to give us negative 32. And there's all kinds of possibilities. For this one, 8 times 4 is going to give us 32. I'm going to put a minus in front of the 4, a plus in front of the 8. Now, how did I know what numbers to choose and where to put them, and when to use minus or when to use addition? There are some tricks to that, but I'm going to tell you that the best way or the most efficient way is just through practice, through trial and error, and after a while, you just kind of get better at knowing when, what numbers to use and what signs to use. For this one, we're going to go, when is the first factor equal to 0? Well, let's find out. Set it equal to 0, and we'll see that it happens when x is equal to 4/3. For the second factor, it's going to happen when x is equal to negative 8. So we know for this problem, x can't be 4/3 and x can't be negative 8. So you can write your answer that way. I'm happy with that. If you want to use interval notation, you could write from negative infinity to negative 8, union, negative 8 to 4/3, union 4/3 to infinity. They both mean the same thing. One is interval notation, the other is a little bit simpler.